Nice. Well, let's jump into it. We had MotoGP in Austria, and we had Motor America in mid Ohio.
Yep.
Man, what a crazy weekend from a spectator standpoint. Watching from here, I was gonna text you a couple of times, and I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Leave him alone. We'll start with Lewis, and I'll give my thoughts, and then we'll hear your thoughts, Reese, since you were there. Lewis, man, what did you think of the overall race weekend between Superbike? Let's go Superbike, and we'll talk Super Sport because that was interesting too. What are your thoughts about the Superbike races Saturday and Sunday?
Superbike race Saturday was great. It was kind of in line with what I thought. I actually didn't think I would see a stock 1000 bike, on the podium, because I thought it would be straight super bikes on the podium, but we definitely had a stock 1000 bike, so that was good to see. Shows that Honda is still a bit competitive out there and getting more competitive, and who knows, man, maybe next year they'll have a legit superbike team, not just a super stock team with superbike ambitions. And on Sunday, I'm glad to see Cameron finally hit that milestone. Like, that's a big milestone for him to hit, to be the all-time wins leader in Superbike, or in the between Motor America, AMA, DMG AMA, all the other AMAs that were in there in the mix between Motor America. So it's good that, and I know on the opposite end of the spectrum, Josh Hayes has held that record for a long time. So it's bittersweet to see his record fall, but that's what records are made for, man. They're made for somebody else to come along and eventually knock you off that pedestal, take that spot. And, down the road, there's some young kid right now that's starting out on Twins Cup, that his ambition is going to be to knock Cameron Bobby off that pedestal. So that's, that's how the world works. I wasn't too happy with some of the results from Sunday. There was some questionable passes made by somebody, and it caused somebody to drop back quite a ways, but he was able to fight himself back onto the podium. It wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy task to get back past that next 7 or 8 riders that he fell behind, because those guys, even though they weren't all on Superbikes, they're all fast guys. They all know how to ride. They have the craft. There were all names up there. There weren't any nobodies between second and 8th place. But my boy Bobby was able to gather himself up, scrub the tires a little bit, get past that first lap after running off, put his head down, and get back onto the podium. So at least he walks away from the weekend with a decent points lead now, versus just a couple of points. He's got a decent point lead. He can't rest on his laurels. I mean, Cameron Bobby is there, Josh Everett's still there, but now he's at least got a little bit of breathing room, and that does help when you're in the lead like that and you're just 1 or 2 points. It does wear on you, man. And then luckily or unluckily, the person that caused the incident, later on ended up getting tangled up with somebody else and went back in the crash truck. So maybe a little bit of karma for trying to end somebody's day prematurely, for doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
Do you think under, and I say normal circumstances, but I'm thinking about the Saturday races with all the mishaps. That was I don't know how long that spill was, but that was a long spill that they were trying to race around. And the stuff that happened to Herron in race 1, do you think he was just a little bit out of his comfort zone in race 2?
I think he was overreaching on his ambition. Race 1, obviously, there was a major oil slick there. I'm actually surprised.
Casey Stoner.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that, I'm surprised that the track didn't do a better job of cleaning up the oil spill. I know it's really hard to do that, but there obviously was still some debris out there, because when those guys were running over that kitty litter or that drive fast, it was slick. There was a lot of guys, rear tires spinning up. A lot of front ends looked like they were ready to go away. Personally, I think Motor America might have done a little bit of a better job of inspecting and make sure that the track was in a little bit better shape, because it really wasn't in great shape when they restarted it.
Right.
Which is sketchy, you know. I mean, you know, that's a really fast part of the track. There's a braking duel that happens there. 3-4 bikes can fan out, and you know, one bike goes down, you can take out 3-4 riders real quick in that real tight, slow corner after a long straightaway. So I'm surprised that Motor America didn't do a better job. But this is racing. You have to race in the conditions that you're in. Sometimes the track's not in good conditions. Sometimes the weather's not good conditions. Sometimes your tire's not good conditions. But you grit your teeth and you try to find a way to finish the race. Or you could do a Petco. You could be like, nah, I'm just going to pit.
Well, you know, some riders did pit. We'll talk about MotoGP. I mean, you know, sometimes it's unsafe, Lewis. Sometimes it's just a little unsafe.
The bubbly Michelin man says there's nothing wrong with his tire.
Yeah. We definitely saw something there. Reese, let's bring you in and talk about the weekend. You know, did it go according to plan? Do you feel it was more of a thing with the number one plate in race 2 that kind of put your guy back a couple of spots? How did you see it from on the inside?
I mean, from the inside, I mean, you know, to say it is racing is racing. I mean, it was the pass. I mean, we could probably went on the inside. He could probably went on the inside and now standing up. But hey, you know, we thank God that, you know, Bobby was able to keep it up right. I mean, I'm proud of the guy. I mean, he rode his behind off to come all the way back to third. I think, I want to say maybe 2 more or 3 laps, he would have at second place. So, I mean, we were going to be up by 10. Now we're up 17 points over Cameron, and I think it's 27 over Josh. So, I mean, for overall, I mean, the weekend was good. I mean, race 1 was really good. I mean, we wanted to win. We came out with the win. I mean, race 2, we wanted to win to get the maximum points, but hey, we'll take a weekend. I mean, in that kind of situation, in that kind of atmosphere, we'll take it. I mean, we're going here now to kind of their home for BMW and Ducati going into Dakota. We're going to Horsepower Alley. So, I mean, we're kind of right where we need to be now. Just kind of play a little bit of defense until we can kind of get to Jersey, or see if we can steal one in Dakota, and then head over to Jersey and take control of it.
Okay, got you. How surprise is not right word, but you know, Cameron getting pole position. Were you guys a little nervous there? I mean, you got the win in race 1, so I guess it wasn't too much nerves.
I mean, you didn't. I mean, you could say a little bit nervous because, you know, if Cam gets out in front and puts his head down, and he could put those laps together and kind of take off. But Bobby was on a hot pace. I mean, his laps all were there. I mean, he was very consistent all weekend. His laps were right on, spot on with Cam, so they weren't too far. Right, so I mean, we had a very good shot at everything. I mean, like I said, just race 1 with the oil spill, that was kind of sketchy. But I mean, that's one of the real passing zones on that track, and it's a heartbreaking passing zone. So, I mean, everybody, if you watch, almost everybody was kind of slow, tiptoe going on the inside. And, you know, I'm proud to say on record that, you know, I'm proud of JD for getting a super stock up there. I mean, he was the only one that went on the outside of on the slick. So, I mean, it was good.
Got you.